Hello there everybody, very good morning to you all and welcome back to HowToTrade.com. Welcome back to another live stream here across our social media channels and of course in our trading room. Hope everyone has had a good week so far, a good evening last night and is ready for a new day of price action with hopefully some good profitable trading opportunities. That's what we're all here for. So good to see you all across our YouTube channel. If you're about on any of the following channels, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn or X, feel free to pop up and say hello. Feel free to pop up and ask any questions that you have. You know, how's your week going? Is there anything you're not quite sure on? Any markets that you want me to cover? And I should be able to get around to those for you. Good to see you all. Hello to you all in the trading room as well. Very good morning to you, Dibble. Hope you're doing well. Martin174, hello to you. Good to see you. Hello to you, Machine X. Good morning. I hope you are doing well. I've just seen your thing there. Have you tried supply and demand visible range Lux Algo? No, I haven't, Machine X. Sorry, I missed that question yesterday. I do apologise. I haven't actually seen that. Is it decent? I'll have a look at that at some point as well after the stream. Dillaby, hello to you. Good morning. Thank you very much for the message. And Anna on our YouTube channel as well. Adolphus, good morning, Connor. Hope you had a great night. Yeah, it was not too bad. Hope you had a good evening as well. When is the next competition coming up? The short answer to that is I don't quite know. I'm not in charge of when the competition is launched. It's above my head really. But I know that there is talks of a new competition coming, but I don't know when it's going to be. The best that I can say is as soon as I know more about when the next competition is coming, as soon as I know more on that, then I'll make sure I let everyone know when that's going to be starting, but I don't know at the moment. TM Tucker, hello to you, good morning, and a very good morning to you, Dan. I am doing very well, and I hope you are as well. JBrads93 in the trading room, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for the message, and a very good morning to you as well. Right, for today's stream, as we can see by the title, we are going to be finding the best trend rider trade out there right now. We're going to be finding the ultimate trend rider trade right now, so hopefully fingers crossed there's some good ones on there. For those of you who maybe this is your first trend rider stream, I'll just quickly point you in the direction of where to find the trend rider information and the PDF documents and the video, all that sort of stuff you will need to know. So I'll make sure I fill you in with those details as well. And for those of you who do know, you'll just be waiting for me to go on the charts and find the opportunity, which is good. Just before we do that, just a quick, as we always do in the morning, every single day, just a quick look at the economic data we've had out / coming out. It is a slow day today in terms of news data. There isn't much really to happen, going on really. We had consumer price index data. Australia was nothing, and then even when I go down onto medium impact data, there's not a lot really for us to feast on today. So that doesn't necessarily mean the markets aren't going to be moving. It just means that there isn't going to be any hidden surprises, should we say, which is not a bad thing to be fair. But there's not going to be anything that's going to move the needle today. So price action will rule the day today, which is not a bad thing at all. In truth. Okay, right. Before I do that, let's have a look. Education section, as you can see. If you head over to our HowToTrade.com trading room, in our trading academy, we have two sections. We have our educational course, which is for those who want to learn everything you need to know about trading, really, and learn concepts yourself. Or if you want to dive into pre-built strategies, we've got 6 of them here. And the one that we're going to focus on today is the trend rider. So if you click on that video, if you get this pop up, just click move me to a new path. I know some people get confused on that. And then press pause. There we go. And essentially, it's this video here. I'd recommend watching the video. It's a trend riding strategy. So we're trying to catch on to the market when it's trending, which is a pretty good time right now to do that. And then you can also download all of the PDFs that you wish to do so. And each PDF has a different thing. We've got trade examples, we've got the strategy guide, and we've got the strategy overview. And you'll find that for each of these strategies in there as well. So make sure you check those out if you haven't done so already. And then if you want to trade that strategy with a brokerage or anything like that, you can make use of this offer, matching your deposit up to $5,000 in credit over at switchmarkets.com. So feel free to check that one out. Kalyani, hello, good morning, sir. This is your first one. Very good. Thank you very much and welcome. Welcome to these streams. We got streaming schedule here in the trading room. We stream every single day. I normally come on at the same time at 10 o'clock. Shane normally comes on at roughly the same time at 6 o'clock. That's UK time. But this schedule here will tell you everything you need to know about when we've got streams coming up. So we do 2 streams per day as a minimum. So yeah, welcome aboard. Okay, good stuff. Right, just to see if there's any other questions before I dive into the actual opportunities today. Gold and silver pulling back and chance to do a trend rider on gold and silver, Dan. Yeah, I'm going to have a look at that. I have briefly had a look at that already, so I will dive into that and see if we can get some good opportunities there. Definitely on gold and silver. Okay. So predominantly, this is a strategy which utilizes the 4-hour and the 1-hour time frame. My preference is the 4-hour time frame, but I am mindful of also the fact that 1-hour time frame can work, but I just prefer the 4-hour time frame. And as you can see right now, I'm on the pound versus the US dollar. I've got our EMA 12 and our EMA 36. We're going to measure the gap between those because it needs to be at least 30 pips. Oh, Dillaby's already said, look at it. Yeah, it's pretty much there. Look, boom, 63 pip. Stop loss. We've closed that 4-hour right on this trend rider as well. That's a nice sign that potentially this could work out quite nicely. So that's not too bad at all. In fact, as it goes, it's pretty textbook. We've got the right gap. We're following the trend, aren't we? We're following the bullish trend, even on the daily time frame. Look at that. That bullish trend is really clear. Yes, we have extended quite a lot, and we did miss a couple of the initial entries, which sometimes puts me off, but that's still a valid trade potentially. If we look at now the ADX indicator, and you will be able to hear me, you just can't see me. I've got trading MT4 loaded up. If we just bring the pound versus the US dollar over onto our screens, and we go onto the 4-hour time frame, you can see that the ADX indicator has been hovering in above that 40 level for quite some time, and for me that puts me off the trade a little bit, and the reason is because we should expect at some point the trend to potentially at least consolidate or fall off and see a deeper retracement, because we have already missed the entry. So when I get this situation, because I get asked this all the time, do I enter when the ADX is above 40? Personally, I actually don't, but that doesn't make it an invalid setup. There's been many times where, like for example, if I wouldn't have entered on this test because it was above 40 and I'd have missed out on all that profit. It's just my personal preference. I prefer to enter when the ADX has room to build, okay? That's just my personal opinion. However, as it stands right now, the pound versus the US dollar, that is a valid trend rider setup as per the rules in the strategy. And that's a good start, right? That's a good start. Let's now have a look at, let me just check if there's any other questions on there. Yes, I will have a look at New Zealand dollar, US dollar as well, no problem. I'm just going to click through them all and just see how they're looking at the moment. If we look at euro dollar, you can see that gap's only 23 pips at the moment. And therefore, we can rule that one out as a potential opportunity right now. Dollar yen. Dollar yen's interesting. Dollar yen looks like it could be coming up to test this fib. But anyway, let's not talk about that. We had a bullish crossover here on dollar yen. And then that wouldn't have been a 30 pip. And then we had a test here. 73 pips stop loss. And you can see that as just about working out as a 1-to-1 right now. It's because of the recent surge we've had higher there. So that again, we've got some potential valid setups coming up on dollar yen. However, what I always say to people is, if we can we try and follow the daily trend? Now, for me, the daily trend, as you can see, the daily trend for me is still bearish. And therefore, I prefer the pound versus the US dollar because that's following the higher time frame trend. Dollar yen, it isn't following the trend, so it's against the trend. It doesn't say anything in the strategy that you can't do that. Again, I've just adopted my own opinions and my own confluences to this. And I think that potentially what we could see it does look good. However, we are coming up to, this is just my own analysis, we are coming up to test that 61.8 for the fourth time. So I'm interested to see if it fails there at all, or if we get a nice. In fact, I know I've probably gone a little bit off topic, but I'm just interested to see. Okay, interesting. I think there could be some resistance coming up, but it is moving nicely, and you can't really argue with that, to be honest with you. So there we go. Okay, dollar yen for me is I've got question marks over it because of what I've just said. USD versus the Canadian dollar, that's shaping up to be another entry. Look at that, 57 pip stop loss as per the gap between the EMAs. Obviously, probably not. You have to wait, be a bit patient on this. But if I look at the let's have a look at the ADX on that one. USD CAD. So we are above that 40 level. But we could see, as the market retraces up towards that EMA 12, we may find that ADX starts to settle down there. Dillaby, I feel like I have the wrong setup for ADX on the trend line strategy. Would you mind showing us how to set it up? Yeah, sure. So if you go over to indicators on the trend indicator here, and you drag that over onto your screen, when you get this pop up, on the levels, you want to add the 40 level. So click add and then click 40. Obviously, I've already got that, so I'm going to delete it. And then when you go over to parameters, I've got the style set as black because I've got a white background. I've made the line a bit thicker as well. The period is set to 14. And what else is there? Oh, and do you know what you find is that this DI, plus DI and minus DI, these need to be, put them on none. If you select none on those, it will get rid of them. So all you want is the actual ADX line itself. You don't want the plus DI and minus DI lines. And if you click OK, it will populate like that. Okay. Now I've got two on there. There you go. Okay. Just let me know that makes sense before I move on. Right. Okay, good stuff. So that's definitely a setup, which is looking good as well on dollar CAD. So far, pound dollar and dollar CAD are decent, seem to be decent opportunities. USD Swiss franc, nothing really happening there, is there? We just got the market which is sort of consolidating and bouncing between these levels, so I'm not too interested in that at all. New Zealand dollar, Adolphus, having a look at New Zealand dollar now, and again, another valid setup. 44 pip stop loss as per the rules of the strategy. Looks like we could be coming for a test. We're following the daily trend, which is clearly bullish. Yes, it has broken out, so have to be careful because maybe the move already happened. If we had a gap there, what was the gap there? 23. It was close, 29.7. You may be able to squeeze a 30 pip trade there. So this could be this, I'd say maybe the second entry. Let's have a look at the ADX. Okay, it's not too bad either. Yes, it's above 14. You can actually see what's happening here is the market starting to, the ADX indicator starting to fall as the market's retraced, which is good. That's a good sign. What we probably see is you have to be a bit patient with these trades because obviously they're 4-hour opportunities. So they're not just going to go, it's not just going to hit, normally it doesn't just hit the EMA 12 and just go ping and just shoot up to the sky. What we might see is some consolidation around that EMA 12. And as that consolidation happens, this should continue to fall. And then on that next run up higher, if we can get onto it, then that would be the trade there. So again, it's another potential setup there, which isn't looking too bad at all. There's 3 there. Remember, only expose yourself to one. Do not go and put 2-3% on every single one. That we definitely do not want to do that, because that will be exposing yourself too much to the dollar. Because if the dollar starts to rally, then we'd be in a little bit of trouble. And I think we're going to get a similar situation here. Yeah, we are. Aussie dollar, US dollar, again, really nice potential setup. The only thing about this is, again, look, we've missed. If you haven't got in, look how many entries you missed. So we're coming up to sort of the 4th or 5th entry here. But you can see how this works, right? If you manage to catch in at that initial entry. Again, let's have a look at the ADX. Look at that. That looks pretty good, especially with the RBA holding rates as well. I quite like the look of that as a trend rider opportunity. Yeah, that is a pretty good. We had a nice breakout as well on the daily time frame. So that technically is a bullish setup, and we are following the daily trend again. We've got room for that ADX to build, and hopefully, that would probably, if I want sprinkle my opinion on it, that is probably my favourite looking opportunity. Just because of the fact that that ADX is sort of already seen that correction already. So I do like the potential for that trade on the Aussie dollar versus the US dollar. I do like that. So we'll see how that one goes. I'll probably, out of all of them, those dollar related pairs, that's probably the one that I'll place. Obviously I can't do it just yet, but I will have a look at that. Just quickly going to stop just to see if there's any questions that have come through. Oh. Dan says, what I started doing is when I'm in the trade and taking some off the table, I use the trend rider to stay in the trade with the rest till it closes below the 40 as an exit strategy. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, as I said with these strategies, I've said it to everyone, is that the strategy's there, it's pre-built. You follow the rules if you want to. But at the same time, if you want to adopt some of your own confluences, like I have, some of my own rules, which makes me feel more comfortable, then there's nothing wrong with that either. Or if you just want to follow the rules and blindly follow the rules, then that's absolutely fine as well. Machine X, if the big bucks use algos 24/7, what's your opinion on EAs for the retailer? What's my opinion on it? I don't really have a negative opinion towards people using EAs, to be honest. I think if people can build a successful one, and one that follows all the rules of their strategy, it has to be quite mechanical, then I have no issue with that. If it's back tested, and it's worked over a few years of back testing, then yeah, absolutely no problem with that. I don't, but it's just up to me. J Brads, yeah, you got out the trend rider on cable after 2 to 1. Well done. Exactly, you followed the rules there. ADX dropped below 40, you got out the trade. That doesn't mean there won't be a new opportunity coming up, like you just said. So there's nothing wrong with that. And Matthew, I have checked euro dollar already. That's a mess, to be honest. It doesn't look like a good trend rider opportunity at all. Gold, who wants to try it out on gold? You can see it has worked in the past. Probably, actually, no, that didn't work out really, did it? Because you would have been stopped out here. I know a lot of people are trying to do this on gold, but you can see how that wouldn't have worked. The direction was correct, but that wouldn't have worked. It's up to you guys if you want to try and do this on gold. It's up to you. There's an opportunity to go long. The problem is I don't really know what the gap should be. 30 points maybe. So it should be at least down to, and we have got a 30-point gap. So that could be an opportunity to go long on gold. Sorry, I'm not even showing my chart. As per the trend rider. Something like that. But as I say, it isn't designed for gold. When I read the book, it didn't say anything about using gold, but it doesn't mean that the concept isn't the same. It's still technical analysis at the end of the day. And again, a similar sort of thing. If we look what's happening on the NASDAQ at the moment, clean bullish crossover. Look at that. That was perfect. We're getting sort of a similar thing here, where the market is trying to make a move below, but you can see how much support it's found on those 3 different occasions. I'm bullish on stocks in the short term. We might see that again today, where the market may even come down and test the EMA 36. But I do expect at some point the NASDAQ to trade above 20,000 and make a move above 20,000. So hopefully that can do that. And maybe you want to use the trend ride as an entry, although it does look like we could be seeing these these moving averages converge. And that gap closed a little bit. So just bear that one in mind. Okay, good stuff. I mean, that covers all the markets, really, doesn't it? Adolphus, can I use the trend rider strategy on the switch market trading? Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm literally, this is switch markets MT4 now, and I've got the trend rider basically set up. If I wanted to add the EMAs, I would just go over to moving average, drag that over, and then change that to exponential period 12 in orange. There's the EMA 12. Oh. EMA 36 in sorry, the EMA 36 is meant to be in orange. Make it a bit thicker then. And there you go, set up, easy. Easy as that. So yes, you definitely can. You definitely can set that up on switch markets MT4, no problem at all. Okay, good stuff. No worries, Machine X. I'm glad that helped. On the 1 hour time frame, on euro dollar, nice bullish crossover there. What was the gap? Yeah, the gap's only 23 pips there, Matthew, so we wouldn't actually have traded that. As a result, you can see that it is starting to tick lower somewhat. So yeah, that's a good sign. We wouldn't have entered that because the gap wasn't 30 pips. So to summarize, guys, some good trend rider opportunities there across the board. Pick one. Pick your favourite one. My favourite one is on the Aussie dollar, to be fair. That's the one that looks to me like the cleanest opportunity with everything said and done. Doesn't mean it's going to be the most successful one, but for me it's the cleanest one. Hopefully we can get that tagged in probably in the next hour or so, because it is moving quite quickly to the downside. So hopefully we can get tagged in on that one. This strategy isn't bulletproof at all. I've taken losses on it as well. But if you do manage to catch on to a broader trend, then you can get some really nice profits off of this trade, off of this strategy. So I know there's some people who are forward testing it, back testing it with different rules, etc., which is great. It's good to see everyone else getting involved. I do one of these streams every single week. So I'll do another one next week, maybe to give an update on that trade itself. Tomorrow morning, it's a bit of a slow news cycle again, so I'm going to do a trading Q&A. It worked well last time, so I'm just going to come on and I'm going to answer any questions anyone has on markets, whether it's a particular market, whether it's a problem, whether it's an issue they're facing. Come onto the stream tomorrow at 10 o'clock, same time as today, and ask any questions that you may have on the markets, and I will answer them for you. See how we get on. No one asks any questions, then we'll just do a little scout of the market. So do think of something you can ask for them. Okay, trade well, everybody. Take care. Have a good trading day, and I'll see you all very shortly. Good luck.